The first few minutes of this episode were lost due to a power outage. To summarize what happened, the stranger that opened the door is a friend of Jin's, named Flo. She is an investigator that has been keeping watch on the activity in town, confirming to the party that something is going on around here. Later that night, Juliet leaves her room and has not returned in hours. Concerned for her safety, the party used the direwolves to track her. And now we continue the story.
You all are making your way through Daggerford. Following Desi and Jivet, you notice, still following behind you, probably 30 to 40 feet back, flaming dog. Kai, you can't see it, but the others can. You at this point are getting through like the nicer ward on the other side of town. Desi and Jivet begin to pick up more recent scent, moving faster, and they come to a stop out front the multi-storied tavern of the Adoring Stallion.
Julia, you didn't.
Oh my god.
The flaming dog is no longer within your vision. But now, since you all have followed her, we have to go to Whispers right now to figure out what's happening.
You guys would probably already know. So she sneaked shrooms into Juliet's cloak.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah, thank you, by the way.
You're
Good
welcome.
move.
The natural 20 was actually Shroom's stealth.
Well, contact shrooms first, since we're this close, right?
Shrooms is not within range of mental contact right now. As
That's
you all are talking, you all notice the front door of the tavern open. And walking out is a semi-spectral, ghostly form of Eris.
you.
And she begins stepping down the stairs with this wide smirk on her face and just looks at you all. My, oh my, how the tables turn.
Where is she?
With us now. She begins walking down the street as her spectral form fades away.
Can I roll insight to see
You
like
can
she's
try.
being honest or she's just fucking with me?
Go ahead and roll insight, straight roll.
Can I roll to see if this is like a illusion?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check. Collectively, all get the feeling that this is most definitely some type of ghostly form, intact, of Eris, and she is telling the truth.
God fucking damn it. We are going to go save her.
Real question is, where is she?
We need to find shrooms, and if we find shrooms, that'll lead us to her.
You see a familiar, tall, muscular, and full chain armor Goliath as Captain Mooncaller walks out of the tavern, and holding in his hand is shrooms. Walks up to you, Kai, and hands over shrooms. I believe you've misplaced your pet. Please keep an eye on them in the future.
Where is she?
He begins walking down
Hold
the
on.
Charm person
Don't-
before he fucking leaves.
It's a natural 18.
Oh.
No.
You are going to tell me where my friend is right now. I am not going to ask nicely again.
He stops, probably about 20 feet away from you at this point, and he turns around, gives you this half smirk. You wouldn't dare. Turns around and continues walking.
We're wasting time.
Besides, we don't know who she is.
They know you're here, and they want you. They're not attacking in public because they don't want to be seen. That's our only advantage right now.
I have an idea. Have shrooms recreate what happened to Juliet.
First of all, is she okay? The whole time I've been hugging her. Shrooms,
Let's
how are you
find a-
doing?
Yes. How are you doing this, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrooms looks completely fine.
Yeah.
Unharmed, untouched. Cocked head as normal, just looking right at you, Kai.
Hey, you know how you love doing pictures? You want to paint me some pictures? What happened to our friend Juliet? The blonde one?
She will turn, and in an open area next to you, a tavern room begins to be projected with illusionary magic. And you see, sitting on two beds that have been pushed together in a suite, Juliet and the spectral form of Eris both having a conversation. And you see Eris stand up, pull a tuning fork out of her pocket, and open a familiar white sparking portal as both her and Juliet walk through. Willingly. Eris did not touch Juliet. Eris did offer her hand to Juliet, and Juliet did not take it.
I think that's all the information we need.
Well, there's got to be a big explanation going on here, right?
Who had the tuning fork for the other portal in the forest?
Juliet had it.
Boros begins to quietly sob to himself.
Hey, Shrooms, what happened afterwards?
Zora turns back to you. Rewinds the image almost.
I would like to read
You
the
see-
lips.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. Given enough time, I'll say you can have advantage then.
Oh, good job.
Clutch.
Oh my god, buddy.
Woo!
You see Juliet entering the room. She's on her own. Checking corners, checking behind the dresser, under the beds. You realize there's nothing else in the room. She takes the two beds and pushes them together. Plops down and just lays across both of the beds for a little bit before pop up reacting to something. And she walks up and opens the door to the room. You see Captain Mooncaller, and Juliet invites him in. And they talk for a short time as you see him pull out a small cloth bag of dust and throw some dust into the room. It starts to form into the spectral, ghostly image of Eris as Captain Mooncaller leaves the room. Due to perspective, you're able to pick up some of what Juliet says. They seem to be having a conversation about Eris's goals, some stuff about the war, what they're looking for. And finally, the conversation ends with Juliet standing up and looking dead at Eris. And you read her lips perfectly as Juliet says, "Yes, I will join you." And we're going to end the session there.
Holy shit!